Now, with these wall stretches, the only reason I do them against the wall is because I need the added pressure and stability of the wall to execute them properly. So the first stretch that I do is I just do a simple hamstring quad pull, and all I'm doing in this one is I grab the front of my knee with both of my hands, I pull as high as I can. If you can only go to here, that's fine. I pull as close as I can towards my chest, and I hold it. Now, what I like to do is I've shown you before, I like to do a double stretch during this time. So sometimes I'll just move my neck up and move my neck down, counting 10, 15, or 20 seconds depending on how long I hold the stretch. And because I'm pulling, and I'll show you with this as I pull up my left leg, because I'm already pulling on this part of my body, whenever I look up, I'm having like a U effect on the stretch in my entire body, and when I pull down, it's like my body becomes a C, and that really helps out overall with the stretch to get a deeper stretch, not only for my neck, but for my glutes and for my legs. Alright? The next one I'll do, which I usually would do at the corner of the wall, but it's a little bit hard in here to do that, is I want to place my shoulder against the corner of the wall, and I would usually be in a position where I would be doing some form of lift, alright, and I would take my shoulder, put it in against the corner, and I'd turn to the side. Since I don't have a corner to shoot it off of, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my shoulder and I'm going to place it on an angle against the wall. My legs are in the same lifting formation, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn. This is really going to help stretch out this part of my back. This stretch really helped me out when I was a little bit younger and I was going to physiotherapy, and this helped pull my back together and my muscles and my things called my scapulas. And when they're pulled together, or some people know them as angel wings, I'm just going to switch up here, and some people know them as angel wings, when I was able to use this stretch to pull my back together, it really helped the curvature of my back, which was severe, which you would call, some people would call scoliosis. There was different parts of my back that was messed up, and this really helped straighten my back and tighten certain muscles. Alright? So the other one that really does that, and this helps out with more of the upper body and the shoulders, and I'm going to have to bend down a little bit because I want to get a proper stretch in and show you how to do this, is I'll be placing now, instead of my shoulder, I'm going to be placing my hand as high as I can on the wall behind me, alright, and I'm going to have my legs in a more of a bent position than I had before when I was in the weightlifter stance, and here I am, and I'm just going to do the same turn. Now my elbow is also touching the wall as well. If I was against the corner of a wall, I'd actually be turned in like this and get even a better pull or deeper pull. But if you're in a situation like mine where you only have like one open wall and no corners, you can just pull and turn your neck here, get a nice good stretch. The same with the other side of the wall. Again, your arm is either to the side, nice and straight, your elbow is against the wall, you're in that deeper weightlifter stance, and you're just going to turn your body, opening up your back, your chest, just overall your upper body, and it really feels fantastic, especially after you've gone for a nice long run, you felt some stress on your back, or you slept awkwardly throughout the night. The last few stretches I'm going to do are to do with more of your legs, alright? So again, in past I've talked about the ankle, to prevent ankle rolls, and what I do simply is, again, I'm just walking on the outside of my foot, so I'm just going to bring my foot up here, and I'm just going to be using this part of my foot to walk. So all I'm going to do, and usually I'd be walking for about a good minute or so, is I'm just walking on the outside of my feet, not my toes, alright? And all I'm going to be doing is pressing down, alright? As you can see, I'm just pressing down, and there's no real pressure that's being built, and I'm strengthening my feet. Alright, last but not least, to do with the legs, I'm going to do the calf stretch that I've shown you, I think in week 3. So what happens here is, and this is going to be a back shot on this one, is I'm going to take my foot, I'm going to put it up against the wall on an angle, and now I'm going to lean in, and this stretch is really going to help all the way from my butt all the way down to my ankle. If you really want to get an intense stretch on the stretch, you're going to slowly try and touch your knee or go down and touch your toe. Ooh. And like you probably heard in the last video, that's a really intense stretch for your calves Holding again for around 10 to 15 seconds. I hold it for anywhere from 20 to 30 because I walk so much, and I definitely need this stretch, especially back here. Alright, nice and tight, there you go. And finally, just as I like to do to relax myself before I'm done stretching, and as this is week 4 of my stretching, and we have gone through so much stretching over season 1 and the beginning of season 2, I like to just do my neck clock rotation. And I'm just going to go through this a little bit faster, and if you want to check out the full neck rotation as I go into it and hold it for around 20 to 30 seconds in total, you can check out the end of video 3. So I'm going to go from the 12 o'clock position, and then I'm going to move from the 12 o'clock position with my shoulders back and my chest forward, and move to the 1:30 position, holding, to the 3 o'clock position, stretching out this part of my back here, looking all the way straight into the abyss this way. 4:30, down on a bit of an angle, a stretch that you don't usually get to do or you think about doing. Your neck into, and your chin into your chest, looking straight down at the ground. The opposite of the 4:30, which is the 7:30, as your nose is kind of like a hand on a clock. Now to the 9 o'clock position. To the 11:30 position, the opposite of the 1:30 position, and finally back up to the 12. And for me, this is the way I stretch most days. Sometimes it takes half an hour, 45 minutes, even up to an hour, depending on how much I'm concentrating. I do it usually in 2 or 3 sets, anywhere from 20 to 40 seconds. But again, this is for you and at your pace. If you're not comfortable with this, or you need to talk to a physician or a professional, please do that. Because it is for your best interest that I'm doing this series. It's for you to just see the different ways if you've never seen it before, or you didn't have the opportunity. And it's just to give you an open idea as to the things that helped me, and to keep allowing you to research and get things and moving forward for your exercising in general. In the next set of episodes on the weekend workouts, we're going to be moving into the exercise ball, and I'm going to be doing an introductory video next week on that. And it'll also give you some time, if you're watching this in real time, to be able to get an exercise ball, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. If you have any comments, or you think I did something wrong, I would love to hear it. Drop it in the comments section. If you'd like to send me a personal message, I'd like to try and answer a question for you. Just send it into my inbox. If you want to check out the website, the blog, or anything that pertains to the actual series, you can just pop it, or you can check it out in the description area. And finally, I just want to say thank you so much for working out with me, stretching with me over the past month, and I hope that there's been some form of merit, or you've been able to walk away with something from this. Have yourself a wonderful day, evening, morning, or night. God bless. Oh yeah, and if you like what I'm doing, please tweet, tumble, like, share, thumbs up, plus, pin, or do whatever you do, and please subscribe.